Well, God put a rainbow in the sky. Sex and the City is officially coming to an end, okay? And if you're gonna bury the dead, you need to leave the dead buried. We don't have to see Sarah Jessica Parker traipse around New York City in this ridiculous clownery she always wears. I don't know who the hell is styling her, okay? Maybe Gary Busey, maybe a madman. I don't know who's styling these girls, but they look like an utter calamity. They look like a disaster. But Sex and the City, the reboot, and Just Like That, has their final episode ever this week, and it's done kaput. Now, Sarah Jessica Parker, she's already teasing in this Radar Online article that she might want to continue the character. She won't let it go, okay? Let the mouse go, Carrie Bradshaw. Sarah Jessica Parker, I'd like to see you try to do a role that isn't Carrie Bradshaw. You've been dragging this woman around for 30 damn years. You need to evolve, you need to let go, and you need to move on. I'm telling you, if she tries to revive this character in a few years, it's gonna be a one-woman show where she's gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and she's surrounded by all of her Manolo Blahnik shoes, okay? So she needs to go back and join reality, whatever reality is for wealthy, famous Sarah Jessica Parker. But this show, this is what happens when you go woke. You go woke, you go broke. And they're also paying these girls about $1 million an episode. Imagine getting paid $1 million an episode for this pile of crap, okay? But they went woke, and I will tell you why. And if you follow me on social media, I've already discussed this. This is what happens when you replace a beloved, conservative male character like Mr. Big, played by Chris Noth, with a non-binary stand-up comedian, Che Diaz. Okay, when you do that, your show is going to go down the tubes. What made this show great is that you had these 4 women gallivanting around New York City in ridiculous outfits, drinking cosmopolitans and sleeping with men and having all these capers and escapades, okay? That's what made the original show great. They decided, we're gonna shove everything in this show like the United Nations. She's suddenly gonna have a black friend, an Indian friend, a Muslim friend, a non-binary kid, a trans kid. They try to throw everything in. And can't we just let shows be what they were? Okay, if you're gonna reboot a show, you don't need to go back and mess with the entire original formula. No one is expecting these women, after 30 years, to wake up and have this massive cornucopia of people like the United Nations in their lives, okay? So maybe y'all should go back to the drawing board. Michael Patrick King, Sarah Jessica Parker, you've gotten your asses handed to you, and this season has been terrible. This season has been a ridiculous fever dream. She moves into this massive townhouse, has to be $15, $20, $25 million if you're not familiar with New York real estate. Ridiculous, massive townhouse, millions and millions of dollars. And guess what? She happens to have sort of this handsome, pipe-smoking British guy who lives underneath her, who also happens to be a writer. This is where y'all lost me. Okay, this is where y'all jumped the shark. I lived in New York and I dated for years. I'm here to tell you this does not happen, okay? You're lucky if you can find like a semi-decent guy in your borough. That's what I'm telling you. If you can find a semi-decent guy who's emotionally available in your borough, great. But the fact that she would move in on top of this British handsome actor, that's where you lost me, Carrie Bradshaw, okay? And what also made the show great originally was that they were having sex and they were in these ridiculous situations, okay? They were discussing topics and themes that were ahead of their time, okay? They were saying things on screen that you would never dare talk about in the 90s or early 2000s. The show now, to me, feels behind the times. I mean, these women, they're just so boring and they're lost and they don't know what to do and they're just walking around New York City and they're aimless. Here to tell you, most of the women I know in their 50s and 60s, the women in my life, maybe some of you watching this at home, you probably have your stuff together. You have to be very wealthy and liberal and elite to not have your stuff together at that age, okay? If you're a 60-year-old woman, you better have millions of dollars in the bank to just wander around New York City all day like, does he love me? Does he love me not? Is he the one? Is he not? So no, Sex and the City, the reboot, and Just Like That, we will be dissecting the final episode when it actually ends later this week, so be sure to tune in and be sure to subscribe. But I am happy that this has ended. You guys know I am always on the go and in different time zones. Sometimes I need help getting to sleep fast and getting a good night's sleep. That's when I found Beam's Dream Powder. Beam is proudly founded in America and run by people who share our values: hard work, integrity, and delivering results. It's a healthy nighttime blend packed with science-backed ingredients shown to improve sleep so you can wake up refreshed and ready to take on the day. Dream is made with a powerful blend of all natural ingredients: reishi, magnesium, L-theanine, apigenin, and melatonin. If you can pronounce that stuff, good for you. Dream is made right here in America, supporting jobs, quality, and the principles we stand for. No shortcuts, no junk, just science-backed ingredients that help you fall asleep and stay asleep and wake up ready to produce results. Plus, it comes in some amazing flavors. Beam is giving us the ultimate Patriot discount of up to 40% off. Try their best-selling Dream Powder and get up to 40% off for a limited time. Go to shopbeam.com/link and use code LINK at checkout. That's shopbeam.com/link and use code LINK for up to 40% off. Sleep better, wake up stronger, and show up ready for your family, your work, and your country. Because when you're well rested, you're unstoppable, and this country needs more people like that.